class has begun. It's not often they let anyone in here, but they let me in with a really good minder. It's the amazing Darcy Bussell.
Oh, thank you, Gethin. No, it is so gorgeous to be back in this house. It's bringing back so many memories. I actually want to start warming up.
It did make me like when you walked in here, you immediately got on this floor and your feet started to sort of
Well, it's the music,
going.
isn't it? It's the music. It makes you in the mirrors and the bars. You want to start limbering up. I'm very glad I've got a tight dress on so I can't actually embarrass myself.
Stop being yourself.
Push down, high demi-point. Thank you, Tim. Great, okay. From first, let's go. Tendu front, lower the heel with plie point and close it. Front, toes and toes and toes and in. We do that en croix. Out, lower the heel with plie point and close it. Out, toes and toes and toes and in. Same back, same side, into parallel forward stretch, up and back into demi-points. I really use the heel lowering to rotate deep in the hip. Tendu from first, thank you, and... Tendu front, lower the heel, and point, close first, brush front, toes and toes and toes and in. Good, same side. Really rotate heel forward. And toes and feel the floor each time. Right heel down now. More. And toes, good. Into parallel forward, stretch one. And let it go, let the head relax, nice stretch. And roll through the spine, up and back. Open the front of the body. And into the first, into the six. Demi-points, 1 and 2. Stretch the toes. And. Demi-plie, high demi-point. Drive the floor down tall as you can. Thank you. Great, okay, good. Left side, thank you, Tim. And left heel comes up, rotate, point, and. E. Left heel forward and close. Now left heel down, bum down. Parallel forward and deep breath.
As you can
nice
see,
stretch,
I've made my way
relax.
through class, which is a little bit unnerving because you really kind of want to take part, but I know I can't physically. But I've wandered over to see the wonderful Stephen McRae. I wonder if I can have a quick word whilst you're stretching, Stephen. Are you all right to say hello? First of all, you're wearing a camera. This has got to be a first.
Yeah, they've strapped me up with a GoPro, and I think the intention is to show some of you at home the angle that we see class. We're going to try and not do too many pirouettes and things to make you feel ill during the process. But
let me just check that's working. Can you see me down there? Is everything working? How you doing? There you go. Over to Stephen. Last year, we made you do a full routine. This year, you're getting it easy, aren't you?
Well, the ballet class is the hardest part of everyone's day. That's where the real work takes place. So that's what you're watching right now.
Lovely. I'm going to leave you for a second because I'm far more interested in your wife, Elizabeth, here. This is astonishing. You're 8 months pregnant and you're here doing class.
Well, I think for most dancers to actually keep exercising throughout pregnancy feels more normal to us than to stop completely. That would be totally alien. And truthfully, I feel better physically. If I have a few days off, I actually get more aches and pains than if I keep going. And I'm doing a very modified version, though. You'll see, if you compare what I do compared to everybody else, you'll realize that it's a much pared down.
I think you're playing your part down. It's absolutely incredible. I'll let you get back to it. Take it easy, won't you? We don't want any kind of, emergencies to the hospital. That'd be...
I wouldn't want one either. No, not today. Thank you.
Enjoy. Thanks for chatting to us. I'll hand you back to Brian to class.
Thank you. Okay, left side, thank you. And everything with you and back. Good. And elbow good. Et joie de la danse. Good. Okay, still tendu from fifth. Let's go. And 1 and 2. Coup de pied plié front and carry side. 2 tendus, coup de pied plié side and carry back. 2 tendus back and plié and side into the first and fifth and first and fifth. Reverse it. 1 and 2, coupe out and round. 1 and 2, coupe out and round. 1 and 2, coupe out and round. Close it first and fifth and first and fifth. Coupe each time puts you on your axis. Ready and work the foot along the floor and put you on and back and plié. Now close first and fifth and front. Rotate it. Good. Keep the body on top of the arm. And thank you, good. Okay, left side, thank you, and really rotate thigh, and use the foot. Good, now from the thigh, rotate it and lock it in. You want. Body, oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay, good. Jeté, let's go. Jeté, jeté, little attitude. Jeté, jeté, little attitude. Jeté, jeté, little attitude. Brush and piqué, front and piqué, side and piqué, back, reverse it. 2 jetés, rotate, and 2 jetés, rotate, and out. 2 jetés, rotate, and brush, piqué, 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 close, yeah? 2 front, little attitude, 2 side, little attitude, 2 back, little attitude. It brushes, piqué front, piqué side, piqué back. And jeté, ready, thank you, and attitude, good. Really rotate right here, out, and brush, piqué front, piqué side, good. Brush it. Thank you, good. Okay, left side, thank you, and left heel, and yeah. And it's coming. 2. Good. All right, last jeté, let's go. And fifth, and fifth, and fifth, and fifth. Jeté, in. Coup de pied, change, coup de pied, change. And fifth, 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 fifth. In and coup de pied change and coup de pied change. Repeat it once again. Passe, change, change. Nice and easy passe, just spring it up. Fifth, 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 and in, coupe, change, reverse it, repeat with passe, change. Ready? And really strong fifth. In. Good. And inner thigh. Fifth and fifth, foot, good. Really strong fifth, in, good. Once again with passe, and fifth, and just easy up and down and up and down.
Okay, I hope you're all enjoying the class so far and probably looking at it thinking, I'm tired already. Well, there's still a bit to go, but here's a bit of exciting news for you. Very shortly, ballet master Brian Maloney, you can see there walking around, giving out instructions. Is going to give you 5 exercises, now 5 ballet exercises for you to have a go As I mentioned earlier, he put them online last week. They're quite challenging, but give them the go. And if you think you're brave enough, upload them to Instagram and send them to us so we can have a look. But be careful. Listen to what Brian's about to say. Make sure you warmed up. That's probably the main thing. And don't forget to let us know with the hashtag World Ballet Day. That's hashtag World Ballet Day. And at the end of it, you can say you've taken part in a Royal Ballet class. Good luck.
Plie through fourth, rond to the other side, and plie through fourth, back to the first side, rond de jambe. Plie, attitude front, stretch to the side, plie, attitude back, allongé, grand rond parterre, and grand rond and through. 4 rond de jambes parterre, and 2, and 3, and finishes front. Plie through fourth, big, generous, open port de bras, use the body, back to the first side. Into attitude plie, stretch it, attitude plie back, allongé, grand rond parterre, grand rond through, reverse and stretch out as you wish. Rond de jambe parterre, thank you, and good finish front. Now 2 legs on the open. Open, open, and good. Rond, attitude devant, rotate it in. And lock it in. Grand rond 1. Good reverse, and. Now 2 legs on to use the body. Right thigh up now. Now rotate it deep in the hip. Right heel comes up. And let it go. Good. And nice stretch. Stretch it out. Stomach on, pelvis on, elbows over, yeah. Keep the body on top of it. Close the ribs. Taller, taller. Over, yeah. Thank you. Okay, very nice. Other side, ready, thank you, and. And use the body. Open, open, nice and generous. Round and left heel comes up to the ceiling. Rotate it in and lock it in. And let it go. Good reverse. The body and dance. And left thigh against the body. Rotate the heel forward. It comes up, 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 up. Good. And. Good. Stretch it out. After this. Strong over, get tall, good, high demi strong, demi point. Slightly more over, Joseph. Yeah. Great. Okay, thank you. Next exercise is the one we released last week. Everyone at home, hope you're warm, ready, company, it's fondue. Fondue to the front, plie, front en l'air, carry side. Fondue to the side, plie out and carry back. Fondue to the back, brush it front and carry side, arm and leg together, rond de jambe and rond de jambe, double rond, plie, and close sous, reverse it. Fondue to the back, plie en l'air and rotate it, 2 level sit bones. Fondue to the side, plie and rotate it front. Fondue to the front, brush it back and carry side, single rond, double rond, plie, soutenu, and we do immediately the other side. Fondue, thank you, ready, and 2 legs bend, arm and leg together, and plie, rotate it side, arm and leg, and plie, rotate it back. Fondue, brush it front. Now 2 level sit bones, rotate it out, heel, drive it forward, double plie, sous. And nice, strong, elastic plie down, push the floor away, and rotate it. Nice, elastic, and up. Plie, single rond de jambe, double plie, soutenu, left side, and now 2 level sit bones. Keep the left hip down, and and brush it. You've been practicing, you know this one. And 2 legs bend, 2 legs stretch, and foot. Good, and rotate left heel off to the ceiling down. Wrong. Okay, great. Okay, good. Next one is passe. Let's go coup de pied, plie, front, carry, side, back to coup de pied. Plie, front, carry, side, retire, close front, attitude, front, and the back, and the front, and the fifth, passe, releve, and change to the back. Coup de pied, plie, front, carry, side, rotate it in. Plie, front, carry, side, retire, fifth, attitude, 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 fifth, and passe, change to the back. We'll reverse it at the end, bring the passe front, and find the balance. Ready? Thank you, Tim. And work the foot along the floor. Put yourself on. Plie front, carry side, rotate it in. Right heel up, and retire. Attitude, brush. Now passe, just draw it up to you. Good, and reverse. Work the foot along the floor. Rotate in. Good, lift the thigh to bring it in. Let it go. Attitude, nice and easy. Open the hips. And up. Thank you. Good, really drive the floor down. High demi-point on the left. Good, all right. Left side, thank you, Tim. And put yourself onto your axis. And lift the thigh and plie, and up, let it go, nice and easy, and right, up to you. Good, reverse foot, and lift the thigh and plie, easy. Now find the balance. Tall, 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 passe, good. Okay, frappe, let's go. Single front, single side, single back, and single side. Double to the front, double to the side, double to the back, double to the side. Double to front, pique, pique, double side, pique, pique, petit battement with port de bras. Single, out, 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 out. Double, out, 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 out. Double back, pique, pique. Double side, pique, pique, petit battement with port de bras. Close it, front, inside leg, attitude, balance to finish at the end, yeah? Single front, side, back, side, double, 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 front, pique, pique, double side, pique, pique, petit battement with port de bras and body, en dedans, attitude at the end. Ready, Tim? And direct energy into the floor.
If you're just tuning in, you are watching class at the Royal Ballet for World Ballet Day. Welcome along. If you've been with us already, you'll have been enjoying the class by ballet master Brian. Alongside me is Darcy Bussell, who's enjoying this class. But before we get into it, Darcy, maybe we should just explain what exactly class is and why it happens.
Yeah, well, class, well, for a start, Brian, being the ballet master, is basically leading them through every technical exercise they're going to need for the rest of the day. This class would be done 6 days a week, every morning before they start any rehearsals. And it's basically tuning up every muscle, making every joint supple and flexible for the rest of the day, so they don't have any injuries. But it's also about strengthening your technique as well and actually improving yourself as a dancer.
So we haven't actually got to a rehearsal as such yet.
No.
This is literally the warm-up.
An hour and 15 minutes every morning has to be done. I have to say, I've known a lot of very famous dancers that try and avoid it. You don't always want to do 6 of these. You know, it's very repetitious, you know, and can be quite tedious. And a lot of dancers think, oh, I'll miss it out today, but they will suffer the next day, I promise you. But it is, for me, this is what I loved about dancing, is we're perfecting every part of your technique, the quick footwork, the details, the port de bras, getting your body moving, and sort of being slightly competitive with the rest of the dancers in the class as well. When you see later, when they come off the bar and they start center practice, that's when it gets really exciting.
They are such athletes, but yet, as you say, it's such a graceful thing to do as well. I noticed live pianist. Is that something that's important for
Well,
a class?
incredibly important, because everything's about the musicality of the moves. Moves can be dynamic and different and lyrical, and the music will emphasize those moves. And so you can change a move totally by changing the music. And we are influenced by that more than anything else. I mean, Brian obviously is there instructing them, leading them through and telling them if they're making mistakes or what things they could improve. But basically, these are all professionals. They should know exactly their weaknesses and their strengths, and that's what they should be working on, their weaknesses more than anything, but just making sure that they're ready for the day's work. But there'll be some days where they'll have performed a big show last night, and a class won't be about just strengthening your technique. It will just be just keeping it moving, because it will be so tired, as you can imagine, after a big show last night, you know.
They are incredible to watch. We're going to let you enjoy a bit more now. Make sure you listen out to Brian, because he has given out some instructions on how you can get involved with some ballet moves. And join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, #World Ballet Day. Get involved.
Let's have 2 groups for grand battement. Okay, we'll do 1 grand battement with plié and 5th, 1 on straight leg, and 5th, 1 on demi-point, into passé and sous-sus and close it. 1 with plié, 1 on straight leg, and 5th, 1 on demi-point, into passé, sous-sus, and close it. Same thing to the back. 1 with plié, 1 on straight leg, on demi-point, into passé. Now bring it front and close it, port de bras, all the way around, and soutenu. We'll go to the other side. Tim, if you can give us just a little nice stretch on the end, yeah? Grand battement, 1 with plié, 5th, 1 on straight leg, on demi-point, passé, sous-sus, and close it. Same thing side. Same thing back, and just bring it front at the end and port de bras. Grand battement, thank you, first group. And out, out, bring it in, sous-sus, and close, 1, and demi-point, out, lift the thigh, close it back to the back, good, wrap it round, just spine, and out, now bring passé front, and close, stretch, good, soutenu left side, thank you, brush, under and out, lift, good, and lift the thigh, and straight, good, push down, demi-point, and bring it front, nice stretch, let it go, last time, second group, please, quick. Thank you. And plié, and straight leg, and Now demi-point, drive it down, passe. Good, keep the body on top of it. Brush it out, lift it into you. Good. Bring it front, now stretch. All the way around. Il soutenu, left side, under and out, brush. In. And rotate, thigh in, good, keep the hips square and level. And out, lift the thigh up, to the back, in. And nice stretch. Okay, good, thank you, that's the bar, let's clear them to the side, thank you.
Darcy, is this a little opportunity for them to have a glass of water and just sort of...
Exactly. This is the transition from bar work into center practice, where it slightly gets a bit more serious. Now they have to be very conscious of the balance. They're not holding on to anything anymore now. And center practice is sort of the first preparation of being in that rehearsal, being on your own, standing up and controlling everything from your core, your balance being over the balls of your feet, and the exercises become harder and more intense, and you'll see physically they'll get more and more tired now.
So the building and building. Can I just ask you one thing? I know you're really enjoying this class. You've mentioned it a few times. I'm going to be honest, I haven't really understood much that Brian has been saying.
Yeah, well, you're right. All the language, ballet language, is in French. So the history of ballet, classical ballet, came from the Baroque era in the early 1700s, and it's from the French courts and the Italian courts where all these moves were made up, and so that's why it's always kept in that language. It's always kept in French. So it started there, and then of course they have very famous history in Russia, but they also spoke French there, and all the language would have stayed French. So it is unusual, but it's a good way of learning a language.
I was just going to say, I'm picking it up slowly for sure.
Yeah. You know your derrière and your devant and your...
My jeté.
Your jeté, yeah, very nice. Flying jet, yeah, flying leap. But yeah, no, it's lovely actually. I enjoy class so much because it was about perfecting each move and improving, and see what you could test yourself, challenge yourself, and see if you could hold something for a bit longer and then catch up, because they're all based on the musicality of the moves. But I love watching these unbelievably physical bodies. They're all like athletes now. Ballet in the past wasn't as physical as this. They weren't as supple and as strong, and it's changed so much because just what's expected of them, they have to be so diverse, dancers have to be so diverse, and they have to jump from a classical ballet like Sleeping Beauty suddenly into a contemporary piece like Wayne McGregor.
Yeah. That's a completely different feel, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're watching the Royal Ballet in London at the moment, but it is, of course, World Ballet Day. We're going all over the world with this in 24 hours. But let's just catch up with what's going on around the UK. It's not just the Royal Ballet class right now. Professional ballet companies right across the UK are all warming up as well. Let's have a look, Darcy. You're there on Scotland there.
Oh, Scottish Ballet, how
Obviously,
lovely.
just behind us, they still have the bars out.
Yes, they're still doing their bar work. They must have started slightly later.
Look at this gentleman. I think he's stolen half of Joseph's
oh, fabulous.
coat and made up leg warm.
English National Ballet. Well, they would only be not far away in London, in the capital. It looks like a male class. Oh, that's Birmingham Royal Ballet now. So obviously they're a great company. They've got their own school as well. That was one of my first companies.
We will certainly be catching up with all three of those companies later, all working on different projects, as you mentioned before, Darcy. But in terms of ballet in the UK, what state is it in at the moment? Are we in a good place?
I think we're in an incredibly good place. We're a small country. We have two major classical companies in the capital, in London. Then we have Birmingham, which is a very established company and very famous for their repertoire. And then And then we have Northern Ballet and Scottish Ballet, which are all creating new works. And that's so important to keep inspiring audiences across the country that keep sponsoring these great companies and plugging more money into them so that they can create new works that inspire people and the next generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, and also the work that goes into to make those performances is incredible. It's absolutely
You're rather sweating, aren't you?
hot in here.
This is so important for the dancers that they keep warm between rehearsals. So this studio obviously being warm, but the corridors will be warm so that every time they go on to the next rehearsal, their body doesn't cool down. The muscles have to stay warm. I mean, that's why they wear lots of leg warmers and all these interesting
Yeah, we'll talk about the fashion
costume,
a bit later on, maybe.
But it's very important to keep the studios warm.
Okay, we've got quite a few messages coming in. Keep them coming. Let me pick one out here. Darcy, well, actually, I'll read a few out. Saskia Walker from Yorkshire says on Twitter, I'm getting nout done today. A must-watch live event, World Ballet Day. Saskia, thank you for joining us. Thank you to Briar Hill Primary from Northampton in the UK.
Fabulous.
They've tweeted in a picture of World Ballet Day themed assembly this morning. Well, you were talking about whether schools would get involved.
I'm so pleased the schools are involved in World Ballet Day and that they tune in and they get to see what's going on, because a lot of these schools will have a dance program of their own and they can actually see what professionals are getting up to every day of their lives. The nice thing, what I was saying about all those companies, they also have schools to attach to those companies. So like Birmingham Royal Ballet would have Elmhurst, the Royal Ballet has Royal Ballet School, English National Ballet has English National Ballet School. So we're so lucky there.
These tweets are amazing. Karen Horsfield from London says, unexpected hour at home. This is wonderful to see first thing on a Tuesday morning. And Bernadetta Lara says, what a joy to be watching this at 3 a.m. from Mexico City.
Oh, wow, that is amazing.
Welcome, all of you. Yeah, there's so many messages. I'm not surprised. It's actually trending. World Ballet Day is trending on Twitter at the moment. Keep them coming in. We'll get through as many as we can. If you've got any questions for Darcy as well, get those in too. But for now, let's get back to class. Enjoy.
Fondue to the front, plié pas de bourrée, same back and out, nice elastic, plié. And fondue to the side, coupé, pas de bourrée, tendu, and fifth, and spring the passe away from the floor into pirouette. First group, thank you, and good, nice, strong, elastic, plié, et, good, very good, and plié, pas de bourrée, en face, two level hips, and nice and strong, stand on the supporting side, spring the passe up. Good, and down. Pied pas de bourrée. Really strong on the supporting side. And tendu, now spring the passe up. Whoop. Good, okay, good first group. Second group, thank you, come forward. Thank you, Tim, and E1. Plié. And really use the plié. You go down to go up. E. Really stand tall on your supporting side. Spring the passe up to you. Okay, left one. Good, okay, two level sit bones. And et tendu. Right up, E. Okay, okay, very good, very good. From the corner, let's do plié, relevé, écarté, and balancé, and soutenu, développé, tombé, pas de bourrée to the fourth, ondé, or a pirouette, tombé, pas de bourrée, fourth, ondé, or pirouette, tendu, prepare fourth, and ondé, down, and fifth, and up, that's it. Plié, relevé, écarté, and balancé, and soutenu, développé, Tombe, pas de bourrée, fourth, onde, au, pirouette. Tombe, pas de bourrée, fourth, again, onde, au, pirouette. Tendu, prepare, onde, down, fifth and up, that's it. No chaîné to finish. First group. E, rum, rum, dim, ba, da, ba, rum, ba, ba, e. Pied up. And one. Développé. Just push the floor down, snap the passe up. Good. And up. Good, tendu now. Right thigh on the or up and up and up and okay. Just keep the shoulders coming round. And just straight up and. And. It's beautiful, Marcy. Just and on the up here with a little bit more lock out of the knee, supporting side. Yeah. Just up. Really snap the passe, under and up. Whoop. Yes. Push down. Hey. Just under and up. Hey. Really deep plie. And up. Better, yeah. Plie. And just bring two shoulders around. Easy head. Shoulders, 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 shoulders. Good. Drive left side around, 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 around. Good. E. Good. Tall as you can be in the passe. And up. Push down a little bit more, Harry. E. Okay, good. Just use the preparation a little bit more to get you up rather than around so much. Yeah, really let the down, take you up. E. Hold your stomach and push down and go up. E1. Really drive the floor away. And. Good. Okay, right leg on the hill, and. E, nice and tall. Soutenu. Right side down and back, E. Two shoulders around. Yes, good. Lovely. And use a plie to take you up, E. Vincenzo, and. E. Nice and tall. Less force, Leo, just go up. And plie, and up, 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 up. All the way up. Tallest passe you've ever done. E. Okay. You can kind of snap into the position a little bit sooner. You get plie, yeah. A little bit slow to get up there. Good, David. Just keep the shoulders coming. And. Okay. Easy. Hey. Good. E. Shoulders around. And. Good, Luca. Use plie. And. Lovely, James. Really tall on the left leg. All the way up. Good. 8. Okay, even less force, Harry. Good. Just keep the left passé leg coming on the. Be strong and just up. 8. Okay. Really recoil it up. Left side. And. Okay. All right, left side ready, thank you. And. 8.
You're watching World Ballet Day. This is the Royal Ballet in London, and alongside me is Darcy Bussell. Now, these guys have been in class for 45 minutes?
Yes, that's right.
At what point are we now?
Well, centre practice, incredibly important. This is where now it gets slightly more technical. The details, as you can see, they're doing big flexible extensions, but then also doing a lot of turns. So it's now putting a combination of moves together. So it's like creating mini solos, so what they would actually perform on stage. And this is just helps joining all those moves together so they get that lyrical, it's not broken up. It's like not dancing by numbers. It has to suddenly flow. And
I noticed that actually because they've come from the bar, which is very much like a
broken up.
stretch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Broken up into bits, where this is suddenly now we join all those steps together. So it's developing step by step. And this just makes everything slightly more difficult. They have to think of how they move it, the preparation into the next move, how they exaggerate a turn, or how they lift their eye levels. Suddenly now it's about projecting the shapes that they're creating with their bodies out to the public. So that mirror obviously is very helpful because they can watch themselves.
I've seen you actually, Darcy. When you walk past a mirror, you can't help yourself.
Thank you, don't say that. That's
I'm
horrible.
the same, I don't even dance.
No, it's that awful thing what you've grown up with since you were very young. You know, when I was 13 in the Royal Ballet School, you worked and watched yourself in the mirror. Obviously, it's 100 times better if you can feel it, if you can feel your mistakes or if you feel you're off balance. But if you can watch, if your arm's in the wrong position, it's all about aesthetics and all these pure lines creating beautiful shapes. And the shapes should be left in the air as the dancer moves through. It's like, you know, I always explain it's like a sparkler. You know, when you write your name with a sparkler, you know, at Halloween or fireworks day.
That.
And this is what I feel dancers have to leave shapes in the air.
Well,
so
actually, I think people watching at home probably see that because just when you think they're running out of steam when they're turning, they probably put in another 2. And then their arms are still in the air. It's almost inhumane. It's incredible.
And you'll also know, they'll notice where they'll try and fit in another turn or squeeze another turn musically, and they might finish a little bit later, but then they catch up for the second part of the movement, so the on-the-don turn. There's a lovely pregnant girl doing turns, which I don't think is very wise. I wouldn't want that weight distribution. It's really
surely
difficult.
Surely she's a lower centre of gravity, so it can be an advantage.
Well, when you have all that weight in front of you, then you start to exaggerate and put your weight back.
That's incredible,
so
actually.
when I know, it is quite amazing.
Doing that?
My partner always told me, don't turn when you're pregnant. Don't do that. Like, it would always tell me off.
Is there a difference? I see that male dancers are dancing with ballerinas. Is there a difference? Would there be a separate thing? Do they all do the same class? There's
no, we do a lot of separate classes. There's often a male dance class and a female dance class, only because a lot of the techniques that the male will do will be much more physical, much more, they will do a lot of more tours, you know, turns in the air, big ravel, they're called big turns where they actually jump and turn in like in a jeté position, in an open leg position, and we'll actually probably see some of those at the end of class because they leave, well, the girls wouldn't bother doing that, where the point work, as you can see, the girls are on point and they'll start doing much more of the dancing on point. And
the power in the legs of the male dancers is phenomenal. You just mentioned the point there. I noticed they do wear different shoes.
Yeah.
It's
and
different
that affects the way you move. So the girls in point, when they turn on point, you turn faster. Where if you're in canvas flat shoes, you turn slower. All of these different things. And also they've got to be very quiet. Now they've started their first jump sequence in the center, and the girls should really work at going through their feet so that we can't hear them.
Stop getting picky,
But
you're not coaching today.
No, but this is all right, because they're also probably working in a pair of point shoes for the rehearsals of the day anyway, and that's important to get them on and get the feet feeling what they've got to do and go through their feet, and it's very important because all those muscles, you can imagine how many bones there are in your foot, and that is one of our main tools is for the ballerina, of course, not for the man. He's just got to have very powerful legs.
Unbelievable, Pat. I feel very inferior sat here with you right now.
Don't be silly.
So many people are enjoying watching this. I mentioned earlier that we are trending on Twitter, #World Ballet Day. Get involved. If you've got any questions or you've got any comments, just let us know. I love this from Nick from New Zealand. He says, oh, how I hate having to hit the hay just as the Royal Ballet goes live for World Ballet Day. So glad I can catch up on everything tomorrow. It's true, Nick, you can. You can see this footage tomorrow on the Royal Opera House website. But for now, keep your messages coming and keep an eye out on point.
On point.
First group, and look forward to it. Step, good. This side, foot, and this side, and cross, left side, one. Start a little bit back, please. Good. Forward, back. And really shape the foot. Cut. 8. 8. And now foot, left foot, good. Cut. Good. Okay. Go forward, nice and square. Back, foot, and up. Tendu. Stop back. And foot, 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 good. Cross. Yeah. You can't say that, it's live, Solomon. And good. Cross. Good. Really go up, assemble. Shape right foot and cross the thighs and okay, good. Nice and square and good. Now right foot. Cross. Good. Good, Hannah. Good, okay. Now really cross the thighs in the entrechât. Cross, beat, and. Quelque chose comme ça. Good. And now really cross, cross. Good. Good. Okay. With lovely épaulement et un. Good. Cross. Good. Et oh. just really keep on top of it. Yeah. All right, let's carry on jeté. We'll go jeté, 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 coupé, coupé. Jeté, 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 coupé, coupé. Glissade, jeté, coupé. Ballonné, glissade, brisé, pas de chat, pas de bourré. 1 and 2 and 3, coupé, coupé. 1 and 2 and 3, coupé, coupé. Glissade, jeté, coupe, ballonné, glissade, brisé, pas de chat, pas de bourré. Use the brisé a little bit as a preparation into the pas de chat. And the pas de chat finishes back to take you into pas de bourré, not out. Yeah? 1 and 2 and 3, coupé, coupé. 1 and 2 and 3, coupé, coupé. Glissade, jeté, coupé, ballonné, glissade, brisé, pas de chat, pas de bourré. Left side. McRae, Sticks Bruno. Total blancos. And thank you. 1 and 2 and 3, coupé, coupé. And Lisa and coupé.
We are still in
ballonné,
class at the Royal Ballet in London on World Ballet Day. Thank you so much for all your messages. They are coming in thick and fast, and we'll try and get through a few throughout the next few hours whilst we're on air with you. Darcy, I was just sort of laughing to myself. You mentioned before about the dancers look at themselves in the mirror.
Yes.
They're also watching the footage themselves to see what they look like.
I know.
On
well,
camera.
it's all about the proportions, and if their arms too high, or their foot isn't pointed, or how aesthetically they look, because it is a visual thing. You're thinking what the public are seeing always, and I mean you want to get it correct as well, and look as beautiful as possible in these moves, and not look like you're straining, which is a big thing. So a lot of them you'll see will actually have a smile on their face, even though it looks really difficult.
Inside, they're really straight. It's like the swan under the water.
And you're right, and it's really important that they're not showing any effort, because like athletes, they're allowed to show their aggression and the force that goes into a move, where dancers is quite the opposite. They mustn't show any of the effort and the force that goes physically into a move, so they've got to make them look as easy as possible, which is not right, really, is it? If we made it look difficult, it would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
They are making it look very, very easy, and every single move looks painful to me. But let's just talk about the physical aspect a second. This is incredibly impressive, isn't it? There's a bit of illusion as to, ballet dancers maybe don't eat, or they don't, fuel their bodies.
They would never be able to get through an hour and a quarter if they didn't eat. You think of that nutrition they need, the protein they need for these muscles, to get through a full day's rehearsals and then a show in the evening. These guys eat. It's like, I always try and think that they're like marathon runners. You see a marathon runner, this sinewy body that's fine and has not 1 ounce of fat on it, because you see the distances and you accept that. You see the distances they travel in a marathon, where dancers are exactly the same, but the distance they travel is within the studio. So they're just going back and forth, repetitive work. And it makes those muscles long and lean, but also not 1 ounce of fat. It's very unusual to see a chubby dancer.
Absolutely true. They're unbelievable athletes.
So highly tuned, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Their legs and their bums, I'm not going to lie, Darcy,
they got great bottoms,
the men's
haven't they?
bums are very impressive.
Well, that's the jumps. Physically, it's so hard for the body. So those muscles, the buttock muscles, will be over-exaggerated. Like the hamstrings and the thighs on the guys will always slightly over-exaggerated to their upper body. But as soon as actually the guys mature and they get older, so there's a young boy at the front in the blue leggings, so he's got very fine upper body, but as he does more lift and partnering work, that upper body will get, we got something fun. There's a girl on her own.
What's going on here?
She's just on her own, so everybody's supporting her. Usually it should be, another 8 dancers joining her, but she's on her own, so they're supporting her.
How has she ended up on her own? I love that. How did she end up on her own?
I think they were very unfair to leave her to do that last exercise on her own. But that's often what happens. You think, 5 other people are going to join you, and then they suddenly don't.
In fact, I would have thought initially when you join the school, it could be a little bit intimidating. But
very.
These guys seem to really enjoy this. They're getting through a lot of work together.
It's they're a big family in a way. They've a lot of them will have gone through school together, got into the company together, and now they're professionals. They know exactly what they've got to do, but they're able to have a laugh and enjoy what they're doing at the same time. I think if everybody took themselves horribly seriously, you need personalities on those stages. and that has to come out within their dancing at the same time. We don't want to look like robots, you know.
Yeah.
Personally.
No, absolutely. And it's worth pointing out, by the way, that this, for you to know, is still the warm-up. We haven't got to rehearsals yet. This is still warming up for the day ahead.
Now this is sea stones. This is where suddenly it gets slightly more heavier for the girls, which we've now turned around so they're not facing the mirror. So now they've got to feel it more instead of watching themselves.
So things are warming up here quite literally.
Yes.
I'm glad you're enjoying it at home. Stay with us. Make sure you get on Twitter, #World Ballet Day, and sign up to our Facebook page. If you do that, you can get some exclusive footage coming your way as well. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Good. Very nice. Up. Yesusu tight fifth. And still Gina a little bit more. Yeah, over. Lovely. Up, up, up. Yeah. Really pick the legs up. Lovely. Good. 2 legs, really stretch. Knees and feet. Good. Yeah. Slightly steadier for the men, Tim and Fai. Up. Good, thank you. Now just straight up, fifth and yay. Good. Eight. Knee and foot. Good. Now just jump straight up in the tour. Yay. Okay. Something like that. Good. Slightly down again, and then 5. Okay. That's it, Matthew. Better. Knees and feet. Okay, just up, straight up. Use your body in the fight. Okay, you can get a little bit more up. Just fifth, straight up. Good. A few more times to the right. Good, good, good. Deep up, but use your body in the fight. Yeah, up, 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 up. Good, beautiful, nice. Okay, up, good. Get to the ends of your toes. Okay, good. Good, ladies. Up, go up, Gina. And you, yeah, better. Good. Push the floor away. Good. Hey. Good, Gemma. Body and body. Good. Bye. Lovely. Yeah, up. Good. good, Ben. Just careful. C'est son. Kind of. Okay, okay, you were there, Luca. Just a little bit tighter in the legs. Okay, really whip up the passe. Over, 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 and good. Yes. E. Good, just straight up. Okay, 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 good. Let's start not too far in the corner and we'll go glissade, caprio, ton levé, and développé, croisé, parcours du jeté, croisé into piqué, arabesque, croisé, step, step, entrelacé, chassé, assemblé, croisé, ladies, tombé, pas de glissade, split, gents, tombé, coupé, jeté, tour de force, double, saut de basque. Goes glissade, cabrio front, and ton levé. And développé, croisé, parcours du jeté, croisé into piqué, arabesque. Step, step, entrelacé, chassé, assemblé, croisé, tombé, pas de glissade, split, ladies, gents, tombé, coupé, jeté, tour de force, double, saut de basque. Not too far in the corner, yeah? Is it clear? Tierney, Beatrice, ready? Thank you, Tim.
So there's about 10 minutes left of this class, Darcy, and you mentioned earlier about how it gets physically harder throughout.
Yes, this is the Grande Allegro. So these are the last...
I'll believe you.
So these are the last big jumps. And you'll notice now, actually, between the girls, the women and the men, that the moves slightly change. So the boys will start doing their tours, will be slightly jumping higher and use the musically slightly different than the girls do.
A tour being
A tour is a turn in the air. So when they start centre practice, they do a turn on the floor.
When you see one, let me know.
Yes, I will tell you. Well, as soon as it's all ladies at the moment, but they're looking very graceful, joining all the moves. Grand jeté en tournant, Sisson, and then a nice jeté to finish.
And they've had, what, maybe 2 breaks of 30 seconds just to sort of gather their thoughts, what they're going into next.
Yeah.
This is a full-on class,
It is. Well, you do have to exert yourself. You have to get out of breath. You've got to feel that feeling that when you run some ballets, they're so exhausting. Your legs go numb, your feet go numb. They're that tiring. And this is all about keep breathing while you do the moves so that you're oxygenating your muscles, and so that they don't seize and go into spasm, which is really important. So you have to push them to the limit. So this is also understanding how tired your body is physically, and understanding how you're going to survive the day. So they're
the professional dancers, the professional athletes.
Yes.
Everything has to be done properly. Is it like it's such a feat to be able to make it to this school? Or to a school around the country when you get accepted to Royal Ballet School.
Here are the men.
Okay.
So now they start beating the jetés, go slightly higher, grand jeté en tournant. So we'll see a tour now coming at the end. So they split the legs slightly more, just more athletic. Here we go. Turning jetés and then a tour at the end to finish on the knee. Very nice.
Goodness.
They can make it very dramatic if they want. They're being
and you
slightly
make it sound very
safe
easy,
here.
but I know it's certainly not that.
No, I mean, they're so light on their feet, you don't actually appreciate, because they cushion each landing when they come down from a jump, which also is nearly more important than creating the height in the jump. It's how well you land. So these are very young boys here.
Alex Campbell here.
Yes,
just been made
he's a major principal.
Almost got run over, actually.
Yeah,
we
he
almost
did.
lost
He nearly
the
got
principal
flattened
there.
then. But these are young boys that have just graduated from the school. And so it's great for them to be in a class with some really experienced principals, because they're learning from them all the time at the same time as they're going through their moves.
It's a real step up in energy, right? I can feel it here. It's really building, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it gets very exciting now. I think you just feel the physicality and them straining when they hit the height of the jump, because they want to hover, get that hover in the air, which I think for a man is incredibly important to achieve.
Is there pressure on these dancers now,
Yeah,
Darcy, to
well
really make it to the higher
this
echelons
is
of dance?
where suddenly it's show-stopping moves, isn't it? These are sort of the things they can show off, and they're trying to outdo each other weirdly. They're playing it down, of course. They're being very polite to each other, but they are trying to outdo each other. Can I go in a bit longer? Can I do a higher tour? Can I do a bigger split in the legs? Can I land better? Can I be more impressive? You know, it's all about those different ideas and flares to show off to the public that I'm worth watching, you know? Notice me, you can't take your eyes off me, that feeling, you know?
But that element of competition is surely what pushes them and strives them to become the best.
Well, that's what makes a company like this of 95 dancers one of the best in the world, because they're all striving to get noticed, to be to get employed into the next rank up the company. So, you know, these are quarter ballet girls here performing, and some of them will do the odd solo role, but they want to move and they want to be principals, these girls. They're not going to give up. They're not going to be satisfied just being in the quarter ballet.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. This is where they can shine, and I think the director's been watching, so that's even more important for them.
And you're watching them too. I can see them looking at you. It's absolutely incredible. I know you're enjoying it because I can tell from all your tweets and Facebook comments. And Darcy, I know you want to know this. You know, we heard from our friend from Mexico earlier, said, I have to go to bed. She's still awake. It's 5 a.m. in Mexico. I don't care.
Goodness.
I'm not going to miss this.
It must be hot, mustn't it, in Mexico as well? Maybe there's another excuse.
Not as hot as this room.
Big groups, build, 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 and okay. Beep, bop, bop, ah. Up, 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 keep the neck long. Hey, nice, safe, fast, safe. Ah. Good, keep the arm on the landing. Ah, okay. Good. E, go right and E. Good, come on, throw. And. Oh. E, down, down, up. Keep the neck long. Last time left, thank you. Keep the top arm long. Very, very, very last time. Up, somebody ready for manège? Fuertes. Okay, this is it. 8. Okay, good. Thank you. Alice Acon, pirouettes, fuertes around the room. Coda, thank you, Tim. Back in. Same time. Just be careful of those in the center. Ready, Tim? Thank you. E. Good. Lift the thigh, Luca. Good. Keep it going. Keep the shoulders coming round, Itzy. Good. Throw the leg forward and a rose. Forward. That's it. Okay. Good, James. 8, yeah. Ba. Good, Calvin. Really go across the front and go forward. Good. 1 minute. Good, keep coming forward, Fernando. Good, really cross the legs, Solomon. 1 minute. Good, Akane, up. Keep the shoulders coming round and round. Good. Good, relax the head, go all the way up, Mayara. Want a barrel? Okay. Eight. Okay, hold on. We're going to go into a 3-4. Okay, thank you. 3-4, Tim for barrels. Thank you. Just barrels. Thank you. Come on, Beatrice.
Hello, I'm now here with fellow soloist Olivia Cowley. Welcome, Livs. Hi. I'm sure you all spotted her in class. Now, Olivia, you're one of the most fashionable people in the company, and you've set up a brilliant website called ballet.style. Can you tell us more?
Thank you, Kristen, for the compliment. Yes, I've thought about this website for about 4 years now, and I thought, you know, I had this amazing concept about ballet and fashion and style, and I thought, right, I'm just going to create the website, so I did last November. And I'm so glad I did, because it's been really successful.
So successful, and you cover all areas of our fashion, don't you?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's split into 3 sections. So the first section is what we wear in the studio in rehearsals and on stage. The second section is our costumes, so an up-close look, because sometimes the details of costumes can get a bit lost in the auditorium. Yeah, yeah. And the third section is what we wear when we leave stage show. So, yeah.
Ah, great. So can we just talk about your outfit today, what you're wearing for class?
Okay, so today I'm wearing some leg warmers. It's not a fashion statement. I've actually got really tight calves.
Okay.
Because we're doing Anastasia at the moment and a lot of La Film Garde shows, and they're quite lower half, tight kind of leg ballets.
Yes.
So I'm sure other dancers can agree with that.
Yeah, you'll be seeing actually a rehearsal of Fee a little bit later on with Marianella and Vadim, so you'll get to see those calfy movements.
And I'm wearing this, which is actually a pair of tights that I've cut into a top.
So you've just made this yourself?
Yes, yeah. A lot of dancers do this. It's quite. I've got a lot of partner-in today with Edward Watson and in Anastasia. And it's nicer for the guys to maybe just to hold on to sweaty armpits.
Yeah, so. We wouldn't want them complaining, would we?
Yes.
No, that's great. And so when you're thinking about a rehearsal outfit, like a costume can transform your mood and the way you feel.
Yes.
Do you think about that when you're choosing a rehearsal outfit?
Yes. It depends on what we're doing that day. So today I've got Carbon Life with Ed. And
that's Wayne McGregor.
That's Wayne McGregor. So I will wear less clothing just so, you know, the choreographer or whoever is rehearsing it can see my lines, and it's better for partnering. And then later on I've got Anastasia. I've got the 3 sisters, so I'm Olga. So I'll be wearing a longer skirt, and it kind of puts you into the mood of your character. So I like to do that. I like to match what I'm wearing on stage as the costume.
Okay, and I know you cover everyday outfits as well, don't you? Now, do you think my outfit might make ballet.style today?
Outfit's absolutely gorgeous, Kristen. I'd love to take a picture, actually, for ballet.style.
Should we do it and put it online?
Yeah, okay. Okay. So, hey there. New phone.
Should we do mic? Oh, no.
No mic.
No mic.
Absolutely gorgeous on there.